Understanding the journey of foreign currency through your financial statements with FiREapps. For multinational companies, the journey of foreign currency starts when you forecast transactions related to sales and purchases in foreign currency, and continues the journey through your income statement in the form of revenues and expenses, and your balance sheet in the form of account receivables and account payables. Ultimately, you will settle the balances, ending the journey of foreign currency. At any given point in time, your total cash balance is being positively or negatively impacted by foreign currency that is still navigating its way or has already completed its journey through your company's financial statements. The challenge that most corporate CFOs and treasurers face is that it's very difficult to capture a timely and accurate understanding of all of the sources of exposure and risk during this journey. But there is a solution. FiREapps foreign currency management software can quickly provide CFOs and treasurers a holistic view of their company's true exposures within their revenues, cost of sales, and operating expenses, thus improving your ability to more effectively manage currency risk across the board. Let's take a look at how quickly you'll be able to aggregate your various data sources and view your exposure and risk related to foreign currency when using FiREapps. In this view, you're looking at forecasted cash inflows and outflows over a 6-month period. You can take the same forecasted cash flows and begin to examine your exposure by currency pairs, relative to either transactional to functional currency or transaction to reporting currencies. Another important analysis within FiREapps is the ability to examine and understand how your forecasted cash flows changed over time in relation to your actual cash flows. By generating the analysis, you see the same 6-month horizon with a comparison of forecast versus actual, in this example for March. Within this same analytical view, you have the ability to regenerate the analysis using the same data and switch from analyzing cash flow to the forecast of exposure versus actual exposure view. After examining cash flows and high-level mapping of forecasted cash flows versus actuals, with FiREapps, you have the ability to do a detailed analysis of actual exposures or actual currency flows through your income statement. In this pivot analysis of P&L items, you have the ability to view specific legal entities and the currencies they are transacting revenue and expenses in. Taking that same analytical data set, you can then transition into viewing and understanding the currency pair exposures within your revenue and cost of sales line items for each legal entity. Our last example of analyzing currencies as they flow through your financial statements brings us to the balance sheet. With FiREapps, this is where you'll fully understand what currencies are passing through specific general ledger accounts for your legal entities. In a similar tabular-orientated view, you will see currency exposures related to currency pair relationships. Moving to the exposure analysis view, you will see the entities you have exposures in, and you have the ability to view even more detail on your currency crosses, specific account groupings, and exposures. With this brief example, it's easy to understand why companies that utilize FiREapps are able to respond quickly to rapid market shifts and are often taking proactive steps to ensure CFOs are completely informed about the currency risk they're facing, which enables the company to respond quickly and effectively to minimize the impact of currency volatility. Award-winning treasury teams from around the world already use FiREapps. Since 2008, FiREapps has helped customers win 8 combined Alexander Hamilton and Adam Smith Awards. With more than 1,000 users, 15,000 entities, and 200 ERP connections, FiREapps is the most deployed foreign currency management system for both SAP and Oracle. Isn't it time you started using FiREapps too? A good place to start assessing whether or not you have the visibility and analytics needed to operate at full performance in this market is to download the FiREapps assessment template. Then ask if your treasury team can fill it in by the end of the day. If they can't, it's a symptom you may be suffering from critical issues that could result in surprise currency impacts to your financial statements. When you fully understand the risk associated with the flow of foreign currency through your company's financial statements, you can influence your reporting cash balance.